Ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news update.
Breaking news, Justin Baldoni has seemingly lost his legal war with Blake Lively.
Breaking news, a federal judge in New York dismisses Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blake.
This is a devastating defeat.
Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, has been dismissed. This is a major legal setback. So the judge here says that his claims were not legally sufficient.
Justin Baldoni was suffered a huge blow and it's over, but we can find the silver lining.
Judge Lyman tossed Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, declaring claims not legally sufficient. A devastating defeat, but the silence wasn't acceptance. It was the eerie calm before a storm of unprecedented accusations. Insiders alleged a powerful legal operation potentially reached the judge before evidence review. The legal world erupted, calling the outcome less justice, more corruption, openly unfolding. Viewers felt stunned, questioning the New York legal system. This dismissal wasn't just a legal setback, it was a brazen display of influence set to shake Hollywood.
Their amended will address all issues and probably bring in newly discovered ones.
Just days before that shocking dismissal, 19 entertainment organizations reportedly sent intense legal briefs to Judge Lyman's office. These were not ordinary court filings. They were described as pressure tactics aimed at intimidating the judge. The message was unmistakable: dismiss this case or you'll be responsible for harming future harassment victims. This wasn't a legal argument. Sources call it extortion, masquerading as activism. It painted a stark picture of how far powerful figures allegedly go to control legal outcomes and narratives.
Corruption that could have happened. I mean, I know where you stand. You don't believe that.
Adding another layer, Judge Lyman, who tossed Baldoni's lawsuit, isn't just any federal judge. His brother, a well-known Hollywood director, boasts extensive industry ties. This created an enormous, undeniable conflict of interest that mainstream media largely ignored. When a judge's family fortunes potentially rely on staying in Hollywood's good graces, how can he remain impartial concerning industry giants like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds? This familial connection raised immediate red flags for legal experts, suggesting a system potentially compromised from within.
Who is overseeing the consolidated federal cases here, tossed Baldoni's lawsuit into the garbage.
Sources close to Baldoni's team reveal an unsettling detail. The judge's family reportedly received subtle, unmistakable warnings about repercussions if the case continued. These weren't direct threats. In Hollywood, influence works differently. Careers can be ruined with a single phone call. Projects vanish overnight. Facing individuals controlling billion-dollar studios and capable of blacklisting, explicit threats are unnecessary. The message is perfectly clear, conveyed through quiet industry channels, ensuring compliance without overt coercion.
He could be telling the truth still, which we all believe. Blake Lively's claims could be false. The problem is he had to make a claim, right? He has to have a claim that defamation and things, and that's really what the issue is.
Despite overwhelming evidence of a deliberate falsehood campaign, Judge Lyman dismissed all Baldoni's claims. This campaign allegedly involved Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Leslie Sloan, and the New York Times. The judge asserted Baldoni failed to demonstrate malicious intent. Legal experts found this suspicious, as such coordinated defamation cases usually reach a jury. The judge reportedly overlooked clear evidence, broken promises, manipulated media, and a systematic effort to ruin Baldoni's reputation. It suggested the system might have been stacked from the start, beyond legal merit.
Did the things Blake did. It's that his case doesn't hold up given the rules of the law.
The New York Times, a supposed bastion of integrity, became a crucial, allegedly willing participant in this destruction campaign. They violated an explicit promise to give Baldoni until noon on December 21st to respond. Instead, the story published at 9:47 a.m., deliberately preventing his side. Internal emails unearthed during discovery reportedly revealed the Times reporter contacted Blake's team multiple times for context, but never Baldoni's representatives. It was a staggering ethical breach, showing a clear prioritization of one side's agenda over fair reporting.
Even if everything that the Wayfarer parties said is true in their complaint, they can't sue Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Sloan for these out-of-court, allegedly defamatory statements because of the strong First Amendment.
Perhaps most chillingly, Blake's harassment complaint wasn't drafted by her legal team. Court filings reportedly show the entire document prepared by Crisis Management Consulting Group, the same PR firm handling damage control for figures like Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey. This firm specializes in offensive victim positioning, transforming alleged perpetrators into victims via crafted legal language and media manipulation. This raises profound questions about the complaint's true genesis and the motivations behind its structure.
So the judge says that there is no evidence that Reynolds, Lively, or New York Times knowingly spread falsehoods. Lively's statements in her formal complaint are legally privileged.
This crisis management firm allegedly used the litigation privilege loophole as their nuclear weapon. Under California law, statements in official court complaints are protected from defamation claims, even if false. Blake's team reportedly exploited this by filing their harassment complaint first, knowing they could include any accusations without fear of legal consequences. This effectively weaponized the court system to spread damaging lies with legal immunity. Her legal team understood California's aggressive anti-SLAPP laws, strategically choosing Los Angeles for quick dismissals.
Dismissed the first time to actually amend it and make the judge accept it.
The comparison to Johnny Depp's case against Amber Heard reveals Hollywood's calculated location shopping. Depp's team filed in Virginia because California's aggressive anti-SLAPP laws would have ended his case before a jury. Virginia's lack of comprehensive anti-SLAPP allowed Depp to present evidence. These laws, meant to shield small journalists from powerful corporations, have reportedly been repurposed by the entertainment elite to silence victims, creating a chilling effect across Hollywood.
Media tells us, even though all of them are telling us the same thing right now.
Further evidence suggests disturbing manipulation of the judicial process. Leaked internal communications reportedly show Blake's team deliberately timed their strategy, knowing Judge Lyman would preside. Court records indicate Blake's lawyers delayed filing their harassment complaint by 6 weeks, specifically to ensure it landed on Lyman's docket. This implies alleged inside knowledge of judicial assignments and strategic judge selection, favorable to their anti-SLAPP motion. It paints a picture of powerful players potentially handpicking their judges, undermining impartial justice.
Is saying that that's a lot, so I'm going to allow them to get out of some of the
Smoking gun evidence from sealed court transcripts allegedly uncovered extensive lies, with Blake's own words becoming self-incriminating. During her February 15th deposition, she swore under oath she never discussed Justin Baldoni with media or coordinated press. Yet Baldoni's subpoenas reportedly revealed Blake made 17 calls to entertainment reporters between December 18th, 23rd, 2024, including a 43-minute call with People magazine's senior editor. These direct contradictions point to serious allegations of false statements made under oath, threatening her credibility and legal standing.
Dismissing this case like this, I don't think there's much hope for Baldoni to actually receive any form of compensation for what he's gone through.
Blake's testimony that Ryan Reynolds had minimal awareness and never acted regarding Baldoni unraveled. Discovery-produced text messages reportedly showed Reynolds instructing publicist Leslie Sloan on December 16th. "We need to make sure this narrative sticks. Justin can't recover from this if we do it right. I'll handle the studio calls personally." Reynolds' involvement allegedly far exceeded typical spousal support, evolving into an active, coordinated effort to control the narrative and damage Baldoni's professional life. This proved a strategic rather than independent concern, deepening the controversy.
If you could get sued successfully, that person, you would be wiped out. No small journalist or independent journalist or even small newspaper would ever take on a big corporation or a powerful individual.
Ryan Reynolds' alleged involvement reached alarming depths. Court filings confirmed he personally contacted 12 studio executives, warning against associating with Baldoni. A Netflix email stated Baldoni represented a significant legal and reputational risk, copying Blake's legal team. Most incriminatingly, Reynolds made 6 calls to Disney executives on December 27th, the harassment complaint filing day. Internal Disney emails showed Reynolds threatened to withdraw from Marvel projects if Disney didn't immediately sever ties with Baldoni-affiliated productions. One executive wrote, "Reynolds is essentially blackmailing us. This goes way beyond protecting his wife."
Corruption that could have happened. I mean, I know where you stand. You don't believe that it happened.
Leslie Sloan, Blake Lively's publicist, orchestrated a media campaign with a clear digital trail proving alleged malicious intent. Her email to Variety's correspondent included scripted talking points to destroy Baldoni's reputation, framing him as a pattern predator. Sloan's communications reportedly showed Operation Cleanup, a systematic effort to place negative stories. Identical emails went to THR, EW, and TMZ, timed for impact. A text to Blake proclaimed, "Phase 1 complete. He won't survive this weekend," confirming a calculated destruction campaign. Beyond character assassination, Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit described an alleged economic assault, starting with outright theft of his creative project. Sources reported Blake didn't merely interfere, she allegedly orchestrated a full corporate takeover. This removed Baldoni's directorial control, stripped his creative vision, and nullified his contractual rights to a project developed for years. Her team leveraged industry connections to pressure distributors and platforms into deals excluding Baldoni from profit in sequels, costing him an estimated $150 million domestically and $200 million internationally. The financial impact extended far beyond a single film. Blake's team allegedly systematically reached out to Baldoni's other projects, spreading maliciously false information. This reportedly led to 3 major studio deals being canceled within weeks of her harassment complaint. Ryan Reynolds personally contacted executives at Sony, Warner Brothers, and Netflix, according to depositions. These weren't casual conversations. Reynolds explicitly warned studio executives that collaborating with Baldoni would bring legal risks and PR disasters, effectively blacklisting him from future industry opportunities. Explosive evidence emerged from Blake Lively's mental health records. Initially withheld, court filings showed she claimed severe emotional distress, seeking $25 million in damages. But when Judge Lyman ordered an independent psychiatric evaluation and disclosure, Blake's team filed emergency motions to block. The court-appointed psychiatrist reportedly noted no trauma response, only calculated emotional displays that seemed rehearsed. Sealed records allegedly revealed she was coached by crisis management consultants on performing trauma symptoms for media and legal proceedings, exposing a shocking manipulation. Blake's empire crumbled on March 8, 2025, when Judge Lyman ruled she couldn't claim severe emotional distress without medical evidence. He stated, "Plaintiff cannot seek monetary damages while simultaneously blocking court-ordered evaluation." Consequently, she withdrew her entire $25 million emotional distress claim, eliminating the lawsuit's largest component. All evidence regarding her claimed psychological suffering, including tearful media interviews, was then excluded. This dramatic reversal significantly weakened her legal position and highlighted the alleged manufactured nature of her initial claims. Despite her apparent legal victory, major studios began quietly distancing themselves. Sony Pictures reportedly removed her from 3 projects in February 2025, citing reputational and litigation concerns. Warner Brothers canceled preliminary talks for a sequel. Netflix executives convened an emergency meeting on March 5th, ultimately pausing 2 projects. One executive noted, "The discovery process has revealed too many concerning details about her methods and credibility." The industry, sensitive to public perception and liabilities, was clearly taking notice, shifting the tide against the seemingly victorious star. Paradoxically, Blake Lively's legal fees could exceed a staggering $10 million, covering months of high-intensity litigation, emergency motions, aggressive discovery, and multiple top-tier law firms. For a star of her stature, this financial burden is immense, transforming a public relations triumph into a private financial crisis. While official statements might downplay expenses, internal ledgers and boutique law firms often employ opaque billing, bundling services, and charging inflated rates. This indicates the true cost might be far greater, potentially turning her victory into a financial disaster. In a stunning strategic twist, Baldoni's apparent loss may have been his most calculated maneuver. By pushing the envelope and allowing dismissal, his legal team arguably forced Judge Lyman into a corner where the ruling appeared overtly biased. This created an undeniable paper trail of alleged corruption, complete with emails, subpoenas, and internal communications demonstrating Reynolds' direct involvement and Sloan's malicious intent. This loss frees Baldoni from active litigation constraints, enabling him to present his full narrative without fear of contempt or legal restrictions, turning defeat into a powerful offensive. The appeal process, while lengthy, is now Baldoni's ultimate weapon. Over the next 2 to 3 years, as the case works through appellate courts, his team plans to expose every detail of the alleged corruption. Appeals provide a critical platform to scrutinize judicial conduct, procedural irregularities, and the application of law, offering a public stage to unveil Hollywood's insidious influence. The dismissal, combined with glaring inconsistencies and the judge's questionable familial connections, gives Baldoni ample grounds to challenge the ruling, offering a fresh opportunity for a higher court free from alleged initial bias. Ultimately, the final checkmate for Blake Lively may not be a courtroom verdict, but the unavoidable destruction of her reputation. Even if initial legal maneuvers favored her, accumulating evidence, public revelations, and the unraveling of her curated narrative could irreparably damage her professional standing. Studios, producers, and directors are already wary of controversial figures. Allegations of coordinated attacks and judicial manipulation will mark her as a significant liability. In Hollywood, perception is reality. Baldoni's ultimate strategy is to permanently alter that perception, ensuring her apparent victory is remembered only as the prelude to her complete downfall. This sends a powerful signal. Accountability will catch up to even the most powerful figures, making her a cautionary tale in celebrity power.